The trade in khat, one of Somalia's biggest imports, remains as brisk as ever. People here spend more than $250,000 a day on these mildly narcotic leaves. Khat is frowned upon by Mogadishu's new Muslim leaders, but for now, it's business as usual.
We prefer the Islamicists. They are much better for us. We are no longer being robbed or maltreated. The Islamicists might try eventually to ban khat, but not immediately. If they do, they will have big problems. People have nothing else for stimulation. They have no jobs. If they get jobs, they maybe stop doing it.
The Islamic Courts have a huge task ahead of them if they want to rebuild Mogadishu. But their ambitions extend beyond the capital. El Man is an hour's drive north of Mogadishu. It's the city's main port and until last month was a valuable source of funds for the warlord who controlled it. He and his associates formed what became scathingly referred to by local people as the Dollar Alliance, in part because of its funding by the United States. But the Americans' determination to use the warlords to keep tabs on terrorist suspects has backfired. It's helped to unite their Islamist opponents, and seizing the port was another vital step in their battle for overall control. There are no cranes or jetties here, just hundreds of workers unloading everything by hand.
If there are Al-Qaeda in the country, everybody knows everybody else, and it will be immediately known who is sheltering Al-Qaeda. We are not sheltering any foreigners in our homes. Look around. Do you see any people who look different to us?
I want
the world television to tell Bush that nobody interferes with his religion, and therefore he should not interfere with ours.
The road linking Mogadishu to another of Somalia's main towns, Johar, 100 kilometers away. Although this is one of the very poorest countries in the world, there are no aid agencies to help with reconstruction. Somalia is considered too dangerous. So the Islamic Courts organise this essential work. The powerful warlord who used to control Johar flooded the road in an effort to stop the advance of the court's militia. He failed. Two weeks ago, the court stormed into Johar. This rapid expansion across southern Somalia raised international fears that the courts would create a radical Islamic state and provide a new haven for Al-Qaeda. The charges are denied by the leader of the newly formed Executive Council of the Islamic Courts. He spoke to us just days after capturing Johar.
I want to tell the world what they say about Somalia are lies. Somalia is destroyed by civil war. Somalia does not need anyone to finance other groups to start wars against us. Somalis are poor people. So we want to tell the world that we do not harbor any hostility towards anybody, nor do we want to attack anyone. We want to have peace among ourselves.
Returning to Mogadishu, there's no doubt that the Islamic courts are bringing real benefits to this ravaged city. Some may fear a clampdown based on a stricter enforcement of Sharia law, but the improved security has, for now, brought greater freedom.
The court is put down the violence, but it cannot help people. It put down the violence, the raping, the killing, the robbing, and that way is good. But it cannot help. It cannot feed these hungry kids. They don't give money to hungry kids. They don't give. You see hungry kids, they don't eat nothing. They have a very hard life. we need support from other countries, like America, the UN. They need the support to help the people here.
Whether that help comes depends largely on reassuring the world, particularly the United States, that the new Islamic authorities are not sheltering Al-Qaeda.
As you know, Al-Qaeda is a group that exists and it has leaders. They have a structure, but we do not belong to that organization. We are Somalis, and the only thing that we have in common is Islam. They are Muslims and we are Muslims, but we have no other links to them. We are in Somalia.
The changes here provide the world with an opportunity to help after years of abandoning Somalia to its fate. How the United States and others respond could well determine whether Somalia becomes a moderate Muslim ally or a haven for radical Islamists.